Good morning to our. I'm your host, Christopher Wycoco, of the year, and founder of Wyco Tax. This is a company here in the US. If you want to be able to build and get the award, please follow me on my YouTube channel, Chris White. Small business tips for giving ideas, business, life, and most of all, tax saving. This won't be possible without this live chat that we would like to give back to the community, giving and having a guest that of entrepreneurs. This is a conversation of progress. The vision of Chris to build a world-class digital mentors and coaches share learnings, education, the knowledge, skills, and mindset of entrepreneurs on the globe. The mission is to educate the global community of entrepreneurs, engineer influencers, and dream builders to create a digital network for present and future entrepreneurs. Topic that we're going to have today, we're talking violence and also empowering women. This won't be possible without my host. Before I introduce her, are you guys ready? Can you type on your comment section yes, or listening or tuning in from the type your state or where you are, your shout out. Any questions, you're welcome, and welcome again to our Chris. So my co-host for today, community leader and business coach, she has for writing, entrepreneurship, social media management, for public speaking. She is a therapist and the currently Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. Let us all welcome no other than good morning.
Good morning,
Jill.
Chris, and good morning to our viewers. It's Rise and Shine for everyone. We have a lot of exciting things going
Mm,
on here in Dallas,
my
and
God.
we're very excited. Chris, you have an upcoming event. Let's talk about that and invite viewers as they come together and join us for that special event.
Finally, it's is a 3 month preparation. We are going of Wyco tax, the virtual tax and bookkeeping. So this is we're going to do in Galleria.
Yes.
Wait, but this is not. I'm a person. I'm a people person. I serve with the support of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. A lot of businesses could connect and build. That's why this is going to be and the time is at 6:30 p.m. 30 p.m. onwards. So if
Right.
you want to do the QR code, then
Right.
coordinate with our Facebook page, and we are happy to. This is a neutral environment, Jill. Where business cards, we're gonna have raffles, giveaways. If you want to be sponsored up, please let's. We're expecting 80 to 100 people. 23 Tuesday,
Right.
6:30.
Chris, in behalf of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce Dallas Fort Worth, we are very excited to give you the support. And I'd like to give a big shout out to our vice chair, Ms. Bing Lim, who has worked hard to make this event possible and helping you. Chris, in this day and age, networking is a currency for businesses. In here in
Mhm.
networking, which the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce is such a big believer because through networking you connect, you promote your own businesses, and then through this networking you're able to bring together people from all walks of life, from all business community, and share the passion to grow. And the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce Dallas Fort Worth is also a strong voice for the community, and that we will be there and we will strongly promote this event as a joint project for your company and for the chamber. And we would also like to thank the Philippine American um, Foundation for helping us to make this event possible as well.
And as yesterday, the virtual, she exemplified that businesses are like roots that need, because the more that the binded, the deeper the foundation is going to be, the trunk and the tree will produce and with businesses. It's a very good, and it's the same thing about the power of networking.
Yes.
You, this is how you scale up, because you more about other people that have connections and exchange clients that need more services. Speaking of business, I coming fashion show this coming
Yes.
13. Can you tell me more about that, Jill?
Yeah, we're very excited that Jill and Jag Couture is very excited to be a headline fashion designer for the upcoming Asian Pacific Fashion Week in
Mm-hmm.
Vegas in August 13. And so we're very excited. We're going to be bringing, 15 pieces of our outstanding collection designed by Miss
Mm-hmm.
Jagger Anyate. And this fashion event really provides a platform for, upcoming and designers and fashion line as they scale up. And this is another networking event, Chris. And together, I think you and me as an entrepreneurs, we truly understand the power of networking. When you go to this big event, even if it's fashion, there's actually a powerful medium where people can connect each other. There you can share your unique experiences about growing and scaling. So we're very excited. And so if anyone is out there in Las Vegas, come and join us for this big event. And we are very grateful for the organizers of the Asian Pacific Fashion Week.
Oh, that's nice. And what time is it going on?
I think there's gonna be a networking event starting at 6, and then the fashion show will follow the after. And we're gonna be showcasing a lot of beautiful women there, and I'm very excited about our guests today
Mm-hmm.
because these two women are not just very beautiful, but they have exude that level of as an empowered women, and their unique experiences has really brought them to the forefront of their fight against domestic violence, Chris.
Hey man, I'm so glad to introduce her today. She was born in Dallas, Texas, model and serving the U.S. Army Research. She's a casting director, co-producer, host of the Nicole show radio. Nicole has a to ensure every woman lives and shall. Being a success-driven woman, from being an extra on the set, an extra on to be the movie The Mogul. In less than 2 years, there is no limit to where the ambition next level. She wants to empower. I think it's possible if you just let's all welcome Miss Nicole. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Jill. Thank you for having me as your guest today. It's an honor to be here with y'all and share this morning. So, good morning to y'all
Good
both.
morning, Nicole. I had the opportunity to Nicole at one of the fashion event a couple of months, and I was
Uh-huh.
really drawn to her passion for the entertainment and the fashion industry. But more than that, I was drawn towards you in terms of your advocacy. Tell us what brought you to that advocacy, and a little bit about you and how you've come a long way to where you are now.
Well, first and foremost, I like to give the honor and glory to God. I'm a strong believer in my faith, and I believe without God, I wouldn't be here today. It really is just a passion of mine to empower women and empowering women and letting them know that if you believe in your dreams, anything is possible. It's not easy. It's, in any entrepreneurship, it's never easy, but your dream and your drive, networking, as you said, Jill, will get you exactly where you need to be. It's important to connect. And as women and minorities, I think it's even more of a platform for us to thrive in this industry. And it's our time to shine. So, with that being said, that introduction was great. Thank you, Chris, for that introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've been in this industry for less than 2 years. I'm a paralegal, but I
Oh,
decided,
wow.
yeah, back in February, I decided to go ahead and pursue my dreams. It's always been my ambition to do exactly what makes me happy, and connecting with women, other women in this industry makes me happy. And a lot of that has to do with putting on clothes and fashion as well. That just empowers women to be beautiful in that moment. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just so amazing. Their smiles on their face when they walk that runway. Joe, as you can relate, like you're a fashion designer, and just putting those clothes on and bringing that
Mm-hmm.
glorify to women is just so amazing in that moment.
Right. Nicole, bring us to your journey. Were there special moments that when you look back when you started, what were the most difficult circumstances you've experienced as a woman in the industry, and how did you overcome that?
You know, um, in my 2 years, I have avoided much of, like, you hear negative things, and I think with my military background, I'm still currently in serving 8 years and going on 8.5 years now in the Army Reserves. I have been able to be very cautious and look up, around my surroundings and avoid things. And I think that skill that I have and the paralegal has helped me legally, right?
Yes.
In that aspect. So I
Yes.
haven't experienced much negativity. I think if anything, um, it's the only negative thing that I can really say is, you know, it's even sometimes your own family members who don't believe in you, or they
Mm-hmm.
doubt you, or they don't think it's going to go anywhere. They don't um they don't have the passion like you do. It's a joke in the beginning, but when you're a force to be reckoned with in this industry, and all of a sudden you're connecting, or your network is with somebody of value, and they're like, whoa, back up, let me say you're my family member now, right? Like,
Right.
that's the only negative I've received so far. And I'm just like, wow, because you didn't think of what could have been, but my ambition just won't let me stop.
Yeah, so that's amazing. A lot of our experiences, sometimes the people that we surround can be a force that limits us. But I think it takes an empowered woman, a woman who can believe in herself and who can have the confidence to transform that negativity into a force of transformation. And I think that's what you have done, Nicole. And I'm so glad that you have moved forward and never allowed anyone to hold back on your dreams.
If I can just add on to that,
Mm-hmm.
I will share something with you. At the age of 13, I had my son. So I feel like I've always had to strive and not be a statistic, and
Yes.
always showed women, like, because me being so young, I was always told you weren't going to graduate. I wasn't going to be anything. With a kid having a kid, you weren't going to be able to beat the odds. So what did I do? I educated myself, and I made sure that I graduated top 10. I made sure I went to college on scholarships. I made sure I went to a university. I made sure, like, it was always proving people that you
Right.
can't tell me what statistics are going to make me. I'm going to make who I want, and I'm going to be the best that I can be for my child. So that's another, like, empowering thing that I want to share with these women, that you don't have to be a statistic out there. You can be whatever you want to be. So thank you for that, Joe. But I just want my ambition, just I'm a go-getter, and that's something that anybody, like if you know me, that's something that everybody says in common. You're a go-getter, and that's what empowering women do. They don't stop.
Yeah,
From your
uh,
yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
Chris.
that's why when even even a minority, you would be discriminated in I had this experience that I to for a speaking engagement as an Asian, because that's part of the business. You just have to make you you are and just move on. It's not something that you have to please everybody. Think in terms of who you are and what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's I
Nicole,
can really
right. Nicole, I know that you're very passionate about your advocacy. Can you share as what led you to this big event?
Oh yes, the gala on October 15th is actually
mm-hmm,
I was privileged to meet Eva through a friend of mine who's a model who has been through, her name is Vanny. She actually is a domestic survivor,
Wow.
and she has a passion for doing her modeling and sharing those experience with women and empowering them that way.
Right.
I've been fortunate enough to be a co-director on some fashion shows. In fact, the one that I met you on, Jill. So
Yes.
and helping with the modeling, casting call, and so forth. So Vanny reached out to me and asked me if I would help her. And, how could I say no to such a great cause?
Yes.
And it's with Ann Shelter during Domestic Awareness Month. And I couldn't think of no other way to get back to the community. We have great lineup, which Eve will go over with you, keynote speakers from around the world. And we're just grateful for all the opportunities and all the sponsorships and vendors we've gotten so far. This is
Mhm,
going to be their 10th annual
mhm.
um, fundraiser.
Right.
And, they're just, the good thing about this fashion show here is that my vision is to bring on some of the survivors and highlight them
Mhm.
and give them and make them feel amazing, right? Because their story is a story within itself.
Right.
And then bringing on this runway is just going to give them more empowerment. And some of the women will be first time walkers,
Right.
so it's just it's amazing to give them this platform to shine.
Yeah. And I think the great thing about you is that you have used your talent to mentor and empower these women. And I think that is what really a celebration of, women coming together to lift each other for a good cause. So we're very excited.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. We'd love to have you on board, Joe.
Yes, we will. We're working on that. We would love to support big projects like that that really makes a huge impact, especially on the fight against domestic violence.
is it
Yes,
going to
I
be
was fortunate enough to work.
Jill Feb
Yes. So
when
I think our next, yes, Chris, let's introduce our next speaker, so she can share a little
am
bit about
I
the,
am I breaking up?
yes,
Yes, you are.
Is the it's the internet. But now you can hear me, right?
yes, we can hear
A
you.
little. Real quick. When is it going to be the
It's October the 15th
October
at
15th?
the Double
All right,
Tree Hilton
there you go.
Hotel.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, in able to complete this discussion, other inspiring woman, grandmother, businesswoman, woman of God. She is an amazing served the community through her ministry for years. She is the founder of that. Eva provides resources for women and children who have domestic violence and need help to begin again. Eva Miles is also the founder of a program that is designed to recognize the students' outstanding accomplishments academic as in their communities, always giving to others. And as a matter of fact, Eva's awards for her outstanding work, some of which include Black United Greater Dallas Women's Foundation and charity. I would like to welcome Noel. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Eva.
Good morning. I hope you
Yes.
chopping up a little, but good morning. Hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you
we
very
can
well.
definitely hear you.
Hello?
Mhm.
Hello?
Yes, Miss Eva, we're very excited to hear about your story. Tell us about your wonderful story and how you have come across with this important advocacy.
Well, my story started over 30 years ago that was in need. And once I started, came a compassion with me. And I'm not government funded. I'm funded through the community, through small businesses and corporate companies
Right.
that see my work. I put my work out there so people see it there. So that's how we really got the city's police department and different organizations need hands on help for some of the women and children.
Yeah, Miss Eva,
And
before
since the
we
COVID hit, we've been children off of the street into shelter. We're daily
Right.
raise money. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's breaking up a little bit. Um, before when after we met, I went back and
Can you
reviewed
hear me?
and looked at the domestic. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So, share us a little bit about an interesting statistics in domestic
Okay.
violence and
I'm thinking my end.
yes. Can you hear me? Tell us how important this
The
project
need
is. And
is
this,
project is very important. It's a life-saving. Women leave a situation of their kids, and if they don't have support team to help them, they usually go back. I've had several women to go back because we couldn't get help that they needed through the system with different outreach that could be hands-on, get them what they need. I've had several women go back and call me after they go back and thinking things was going to be better, but it wasn't. We can get them also. But without a system to help and the people being aware, it's going to work. So you have to be hands-on with the people, and that's what we are.
right. For our viewers out there,
The
tell us.
volunteers
Share,
that come to network one-on-one.
no, for our viewers, for our viewers out there that are very interested to extend their support to Anna's House and your project, tell us a little bit about what is the main advocacy, the mission, and the vision of Anna's House.
The is a way out project, a way that need help. We are 24 hours. We post about what we do for community. How we that help, we can't stay open. We get the support because they putting them know what we need, and we have a support team with the women, helping us get permanent places.
Right.
Probably put 3 women in an apartment for work. We try to help them get in a permanent place, and if we do something to that
I
family,
think
they
we're
don't have to come
having
through us,
we're,
but we give.
Right. I think Miss Eva's has some technical difficulties. Nicole, have you had the opportunity to visit and connect at the Anna's house and share a little bit about what you have experienced from that?
So I have not. We actually have something scheduled in the works. The thing is that these women are going through a bad situation,
Mhm.
and we have to protect them. Anna's house has to protect them, right? And there's so much security into going through that I
Right.
have to make sure that I meet the qualifications first for the protection of the women.
Yes.
And also, they're coming from a bad situation. So
Great.
who all can they trust? I was fortunate in the past that I have helped on another volunteering mission for domestic violence. So this will be my second one.
Right.
And that first one, I got to hand on experience because my sisters are licensed estheticians. And it was
Oh,
the first time that the women, and in fact, at that event, we didn't even have men there because these women were still in shelters and they volunteered to come for these services that we offered that one day. And that one day was providing clothes for them, it was providing resumes for them, it was providing a temporary service. And a shelter has more than that to offer them the day of,
mhm.
with as much exposure and their keynote speakers bringing awareness on all types of levels, so they can provide even more accessories for these women out there. So once again, like, we have something scheduled in the works, but it's actually when these women reach out. In fact,
Right.
I had a friend who reached out to me and said, "Hey, Nicole, do you know anybody who can help? She wants to get out of her domestic violence situation." I passed on the information to Eva, but Ava was able to help that person. But because of the protection, there's only so much you can tell,
Yes.
right? Because we want
Yeah.
to make sure that their safety is number one priority.
Mhm. Nicole,
So,
the stories of women who've gone through violence and even men who've gone through violence is very horrifying. And so as a community, what do you think what we can do? I know that education matters and supporting, events like this that raises funds to, sustain the projects of Anna's house. How do you think like entrepreneurs out there and business people can come together and extend support for this project?
I think just being aware, right? Awareness is key
Right.
because there's so much going on in the world, but there's so much here locally,
Mhm.
right? That's going on that we can help these women. And like you said, there's very much there. The men go through it too. I don't have the
Mhm.
numbers on the statistics. Eva has them. Sorry. And I'm sorry she was having difficulties on that. But what I do know is that it's too common to
Right.
allow this to go on in our country, and bringing awareness and educating people on this topic is going to go further in
Right.
helping these women and providing them the service that they need.
Yeah, awareness and education is very important part of the fight against domestic violence. But more importantly is really the support. I think providing legal, housing needs, return to work issues. These are, I think,
Mhm.
very important aspect that Miss Eva's advocacy has really been promoting. Isa, can you share us a little bit about what other projects or what other ways that people can help and promote your advocacy? Can she hear
They
us?
can help by being
Okay, there you go.
a place for the women, going to, we for the women that are on the floor at the shelter, and they can go to
Oh,
the hotel, pay up. The hotel is setting up an account, our name, and when we get the women, we can take providing room for them and the children, and we're trying to get them in a permanent location. The ones I'm working with ready to start, they have to have somewhere permanent for the kids when school starts.
right. So there's really a huge need
So
for the
if
community to
someone
come
want to
together.
call me, my phone number. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. That way
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Yes, it's
they
important
can
that
say,
you
hey, we
provide
want to
us with
donate
your.
a house.
Yes, you live there too. Um, one of the things that me and Chris are very passionate is really using our platform to give a voice for those who don't have a voice and who are powerless. And we hope to really be able to extend our support. And I think having these conversations matters. And one, it brings awareness, it elevates the conversation so that the community can be aware of how important
I'm
it
so
is
sorry.
to extend the support for this fashion event. Now, Miss Nicole, I know you have other designers. Can you share us about the creative process that you're working on to bring this fashion event?
So as I said, stated earlier, I'm in charge of the fashion show
Right,
portion. And what I'm doing is I'm hoping to bring in max 3 designers. Two is what I'm aiming for.
right,
It just depends on the number of pieces, right? And
right,
then working with Ava, with Anna's house,
right,
and seeing the survivors that will volunteer to walk the runway because I want to give them their moment, like I said earlier, teaching them how
Mm-hmm.
to walk, right?
mhm,
Because most of them have never walked a runway, but I want to teach them that anybody can be a model, right? You can be beautiful at
Yeah.
any time. So giving them this moment is just so, I mean, it just makes me smile,
mhm.
just thinking about it and visualizing it. So teaching them that part and, going through the steps, the music part, working with my DJ, working with the designers,
Mm-hmm.
showcasing their beautiful clothing on these women and just enjoying the night together with everybody else that brings awareness to our domestic violence gala this
Great,
year.
great. Miss Eva, can you share us some of the speakers that's going to be attending and speaking at the 10th annual Domestic Violence Gala? Miss Eva, can you share us?
I already, I can,
I think we can hear you now. Nicole, do you have any information so that our viewers can know who are the speakers coming to this big event?
Yes, so one of them is Vita Loca from 94.5. We're
Mm,
happy,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll be doing a bunch of outspoken on the radio. So we're very thankful to have her on board. We do have a prince coming in as well. We have a judge as a keynote speaker. Judge Brown, and she
Mhm.
works with the family court, so she's very aware of the legal issues. And there's one more guest, and I Chef Sheflitz, I believe is how do you pronounce his name?
Mhm.
So these are our keynote speakers that we have, or special guest speakers, and we're very excited for them to be hosting with us
Good.
the 10th annual Domestic Violence Gala.
Right. Chris, what are
So
your
yeah,
thoughts, Chris?
I think this is a best event that everybody is. There are so many unspoken cases like this, and through this, one of the taboos that our experience don't talk about it. They they shy away, like
Right.
they're the victims, but acknowledgement and having knowing that there's life out there, and
There
this
is.
gala 2022 is one of those them on the spotlight that they can there's I- and it's really heartwarming to have gala fashion show. How about you, Jill?
Yes, I've working in the healthcare. We've come across with women who've gone through domestic violence, and the stories again are horrendous, and it breaks my heart. And they go through a lot of like emotional, psychological abuse, and the struggle is real. The numbers, the statistics are terrifying, and I'm very grateful that these two women, Nicole and Miss Eva, have stepped up and used the platform to really add their voice to this important fight. Now, Miss Eva, do you have any one last words to our viewers about this event and what they can do to help make this event successful?
They go on to our website. They can either go to a 10th annual gala event and sign up. They can call, volunteering, whatever. Our phone number is
Yeah.
available on the flyer, but I can give it out to the website.
Yes, thank you. Miss Nicole, any words for women out there who are going through domestic violence, and how to cope up with the struggle, and share us your thoughts about that?
I would like to say to every woman who's gone through domestic violence and or is currently going through that, please reach out to Anna's house. They're there for you. They are your resource. And if they,
Mhm.
I don't think there's nothing that they can't do, because Ava is great in what she's done. She's been doing it for years, and she has the resources on a different level to help you legally, to help you financially, to help you currently in your situation. She has a team ready to go to help you and to provide you those steps in the beginning to survive. And just know that you're not alone. We're here for you.
Mhm.
And if you're a survivor or you're ready to get out of your situation, go out there, contact Anna's house. They will have you covered. If you want to be a part and walk this runway the on October the 15th, please reach out to me. My Instagram is Nikki Nicole _1, and
Right.
I'll be able to help you and also get you involved with Anna's house. If it's some volunteering work that you want to do, Ava's always doing things, networking, because networking is key, as
Mhm.
we said earlier, Jill. She's out there
Mhm.
in the community. She's a voice for these women. And I'm just so happy to be a part of that. And don't feel like you're alone, women. Anna's house has you covered. Thank
Well,
you.
Miss Eva and Nicole, thank you so much. And my biggest takeaway is that involvement in projects like this makes a difference. And I think if we can go out there and volunteer our time, our resources, our talent, and support this project that really helps raise money for those women out there who have been abused, Chris.
Thank you
Thank you
once again
very
for
much.
allowing us to be here.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Eva. Miss Nick, for sure, we would be able to help this. A lot of people live on our YouTube channel and even on that group. All right, thank you, Jill. Thank you very much, Nikki.
Thank
You
you so
guys have
much.
an amazing
Bye. Thank
day
you.
ahead.
You have a good day.
Bye bye.